In the quiet countryside of Riversdale, where traditions still held great weight, there lived a man named Edward Harris. Edward was a hard-working farmer, known for his honesty and strong hands. Yet he carried a burden that brought him constant ridicule. He had 5 daughters and no son. Everywhere he went, people mocked him. "There goes Papa Girls, the man with no heir." The whispers became laughter. The laughter turned into open insults. Some even jeered at him in the marketplace. "Edward, who will carry your name when you're gone? You'll vanish like smoke." First, Edward ignored them. He adored his daughters, Grace, Emily, Sophia, Charlotte, and little Lily. They filled his home with joy, their laughter echoing through the walls. To him, they were blessings. But the cruelty of the villagers grew sharper as time passed. Even at town meetings, men with sons taunted him. "Edward, without a boy, your land will belong to strangers one day." His wife, Margaret, always stood by his side. At night, when he sat in silence, broken by the weight of the mockery, she would take his hand and whisper, "Don't listen to them, my love. Our daughters are jewels. One day they will prove the world wrong." But the girls themselves were not spared from the sting of cruel words. The school children sneered, "Your father is Papa Girls, the man with no sons." They would run home crying, and Edward's heart would ache with helplessness. He often wondered, "Am I less of a man because I have no son?" Then came the season of hardship. A terrible drought swept through Riversdale. Crops withered, animals starved, and hunger crept into every household. But in this moment of crisis, Edward's daughters rose like shining stars. Grace, the eldest, had studied farming techniques and introduced new ways to grow crops even in the dry season. Emily, with her gift for numbers, helped her father manage their produce sales, ensuring the family never ran into debt. Sophia became a skilled seamstress, her clothes earning respect and money for the family. Charlotte, bright and curious, began tutoring children in the village under the shade of an old oak tree. And little Lily, though the youngest, showed kindness beyond her years, often sharing what little food they had with hungry neighbors. The daughters of Papa Girls became the pride of Riversdale. The same people who once mocked Edward now sought his daughter's help. Farmers came to learn from Grace. Mothers brought cloth for Sophia to sew, and children flocked to Charlotte's little school. Soon people stopped laughing. They began to whisper in awe, "Edward's daughters are a blessing. Truly, Papa Girls is a man favored by God." At the next town meeting, when one of the elders tried to mock him again, the entire crowd applauded instead. For now, the name Papa Girls carried pride, not shame. Edward stood tall, his eyes glistening, and declared, "Yes, I am Papa Girls, and I am proud. My daughters are not a weakness. They are my legacy, my crown, and the future of Riversdale." From that day, Papa Girls was no longer a taunt but a title of honor. His daughters grew into powerful women whose names traveled far beyond their small town, proving that true greatness does not lie in whether you have sons or daughters, but in the goodness you raise in them.